Hello YouTube, and welcome to your second episode of Empire Building with Master Vinny MC, your host. Today we are going to hop right into a update on what we are doing with Wither Island. There you guys can see it right in front of us. So, I've been very busy since our last episode. I have been very busy, and I am very happy with the results. I have got a little entryway going on here, kind of a threshold, if you will. I've definitely achieved the effect I feel like I wanted to go with. That you're kind of crossing a threshold from the overworld into this hellish kind of biome. And oh, thank you, Creeper. Not in the mood today. Go away, buddy. Go for a swim. Cool down. Don't make me come out there. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, but I'm very happy with it, and so we're gonna kind of go through the grand tour of what it would be like kind of to come through here. This is definitely the scenic route. Keep that in mind. But you've got volcanoes, and you've got fire. You've got this amalgamation of textured, you get cobblestone, gravel, netherrack, nether brick. These kind of pock marks of half slabs. These cobblestone half slabs being used both in the well, actually they're not used both in the lower half and the top half, but they're used to effectively make divots in what would otherwise be a fairly flush road, and they're used to kind of make stumbling points on the way to go up. And the point of this is that although this road kind of looks rough, I would technically like to be able to navigate through here slowly without having to press the spacebar or jump. The reason for this is that while it's scenic, I don't want it to be such a ridiculous terrain that I'm kind of effectively wasting my food resources by coming through here. At that point, it kind of becomes a waste. So, this is, I've actually killed myself twice in this already, but this one volcano, I thought it would be really cool to, or at least this one lava vent. I mean, maybe it's not really big enough to be a volcano, but in this one lava vent, I actually poked a hole in the side and I let the lava flow out. And right here in the middle of the path, I've got kind of a little bit of parkour, and I'm going to go ahead and cheat just like I said. I have already fallen down into the lava pit of my own creation. I brought it upon myself at least once and died, and I wasn't too happy about that. I very quickly then went back and got myself a couple of, fire resist potions, or whatever you make with the magma cream there. So very quickly kind of learned from that. So, but I rounded rather the path around the corner up until the point where you meet the front face of the Hell Vault here today. And here we're kind of just adding up some finishing touches on the front. I'll show you the design that I kind of came with for the mushrooms. This is the brown mushroom farm. It's really nothing more than a farm in the spirit of what a farm is. It's not really going to have a very high yield, if it really yields anything at all. Effectively, this is a little dark room for this one brown mushroom, and this brown mushroom can spread to up to, I think, what is it? There's a limiting factor of mushrooms, and last time I looked at the math, it was something like maybe 4, so 5 in total in like a 3x3 area. But so don't quote me on it. But effectively, a limited number of mushrooms will spread onto the floor from the center pedestal here, and then almost made it. Hate these buttons. Yeah, that's right. Second time's a charm. But then upon walking into the room, the non-sticky piston in the back effectively just releases a water source and washes out the mushroom. I had originally actually considered using dispensers, but to get the the redstone current to work with a dispenser where it will, like if you put a bucket of water, or I suppose you could do it with a bucket of lava, to have the bucket of water in the dispenser, and then to have the dispenser dispense the water and then pick it back up again very quickly, you need a kind of a specific tick. And I played around with that once or twice, and I thought to myself, you know, in a build like this, it's just, you know, it's easier for me to use the piston arm. I still get the job done. So on this particular occasion, I went with that. I feel like under different circumstances, like if I was maybe trying to save myself more space, or if I really wanted the look of a dispenser, you know, I would have gone the other way. But, you know, form versus function, you do what you can. Nope, maybe this way? Aha. So that's really only one shape combination there that makes that. But another thing I've been amazed with is how quickly you run out of a flint and steel. I've been trying to keep the netherrack around here fairly well lit up. Just because, like our creeper friend that showed up at the beginning there, I've had a couple mobs come up and actually get me, and you would be amazed how much netherrack a creeper explosion will take out in the overworld. I've had to fix some pretty big divots, so if it looks like the island has changed a little bit, and it certainly has. Over there it's got a little chunk taken out of it, and over here this wasn't quite the divot that it was before. It's because I kind of got bombed on by some creepers fairly early on. So also while I was gone, I farmed some more obsidian. I put up at least one more wither tree over here on the front. Actually get a little bit of a better view from that from up here. So I put up another one of these wither trees out here, and I'm not so sure how happy I am with it from all angles. From some angles it looks a little bit better than others, so I'm not really sure how I feel about that. Like from here it kind of looks, I kind of like it, and this I guess is the most presentational face as you're going through, but ideally I would like to tweak these trees once I get them up and I get them in the position that I want them, until they kind of look the way I want them to. But I feel like that'll kind of be a little bit of a tweaky process. It's not necessarily something you'll see me do on camera. Another thing you'll kind of notice, at least with the overall design, is how moving from the beginning of the threshold here and to the heart of the island, basically the structures themselves deteriorate. The holes in the bridge are fairly intentional. On this side, these, I don't even know what you'd really call them, kind of maybe just like little temples to fire itself. Shrine, actually, I think. A smaller temple would be a more appropriate term. But so these kind of little fire shrines, which I thought were pretty nether appropriate, on this side are complete, and they're in the shape that you would like them to. And actually the bridge is actually pretty well kept. But just even starting to transition over to this side of the bridge, you see bits of the railing have been knocked out, and there's little holes. This is supposed to be kind of like a little patch job, you know. And this side of the stairs has kind of been knocked out, and these little shrines, these little fire shrines here, just have fallen into a state of disrepair. So yeah, so there's a few quick little things I wanted to kind of do with you guys today, because I don't want to do it all on my own. One of those is I want to put together one or two more of these trees. I want to go grab actually my lava buckets and put the lava in the other volcano, because I built it up, but I'd left an empty hole in the middle. So let's go ahead and first of all ignore that dreaded sound that has us out here to begin with. Can you guys hear that droning on in the background? Just the ridiculous amount of creepy, wavery nether portal sound. It's ridiculous. Seriously, like who said somebody? I know how, you know, video or sound engineering works. Somebody had to sit there at some point and generate that file and was happy with it and thought it would be used for something, and I just can't for the life of me fathom potion of fire resistance. I just can't fathom the kind of person that would do that to the world, really. Shame on them. I'm being dramatic. I know I'm being dramatic. I'm also being facetious about being dramatic. So, don't be too harsh on me. But, where were we? Oh yeah, volcanoes and lava. Manly things. So now that we have on our fire resistance potion, we can pretty much feel free to swim in this if we wanted to. I don't know that we will, but... So, there we go. We've got the center pretty much filled in. Actually, I don't know. Can I nab that source out of there and maybe do like that? Maybe bring these up like one more. Maybe like this. Nab that one out of there. And if I put a block down there so it can't flow down anymore. I just basically, I want to get it to flow out this side. This could be potentially a little dangerous. I don't know where exactly it's going to flow to. If it gets too out of control, and it looks like it's going to. Yeah, you're going to. Then I can kind of stop it there. Let's go ahead, toss a block there. I don't mind if it spreads over this way. Think we could do a little something with that? Maybe? 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 Maybe not? You want to flow over here? You thinking? Because that doesn't look bad. Place those blocks again. See what we can get it to do here. There we go. I kind of like that. And of course, because lava is still to this day one of the buggiest things in the game. I don't understand for the life of me. I know fluid mechanics aren't necessarily the easiest thing to have to program, but, you know, they've certainly got enough people buying their game. They should, Mojang at least, when I critique them. Talk about Mojang here. Ooh, I do like that lava spill. You know, you figure they could afford to get somebody to fix their crap for them. There we go. Boom. Kind of make it feel like it's pouring out a little bit. I do like that. That's good. Little chaos, but controlled chaos, you know what I mean? Like, I try not to go too much overboard with any particular element in this build. You know, I know it's the nether, but you gotta... The nether still has some kind of rhyme and reason to it, so... Let's get another viewpoint on this back. How many blocks can I place out here without making this stop flowing out as far as it is? Because I like how far this flows out into the water. It's very much a counterpart of what I'd done over on this other one, on the back side here. I actually got some cool smooth stone. Yay for stacking buckets! Woo! Another thing that I wasn't really, in this build at least, that I didn't think I would be using, and I actually went back and made another trip to collect, was a nether wart. This nether wart is just, at least to me, one of my favorite parts of this build. It adds the kind of missing plant life that makes it a quote-unquote biome that I like, and that's another reason that I'm so fascinated with these nether trees. Actually, this is really cool. This is, let me grab a screenshot here. Go ahead and, is it F1, F2? Sweet. It's very nice. Grab another one. Cool. Yeah, that's right. I like it. I do like it. I like it quite a bit. Yeah, but, this kind of adds a really cool element. The only thing that I wish that I could do would be to stop it from growing, so that I could perpetually have it in a state so that, you know, some of them were kind of grown more than others. I feel like that would make it feel a little bit more active instead of just the the fully grown ones all the time. So, but you know, can't have everything. You just gotta go with what you can. So I want to put together. Well, I got you guys here. I want to put together a couple more of these trees. Let's see, there's our obsidian, and I quickly found out in making these that don't need that either. I quickly found out in making these that ender pearls were like definitely my new best friend. So. Kind of from the path here, what's going to be good. I know I want like maybe 2 of them over here, but I don't want them to overpower. I don't want them to overpower this volcano. So maybe like 1 on one side of this little nether wart patch and 1 on the other. So maybe like a short one here. So 1, 2, obsidian, 1, obsidian, 1. Glowstone to top it all off, and then one of the things I found looked really cool. Just toss a little, kind of like a spike on top there. At least I thought it looked pretty okay on the other one. Again, it's one of those things I feel like maybe I'll like it today, and tomorrow I'll think it kind of looks goofy. So let me know what you guys think, kind of in response to it. If you guys have any similar designs or anything that you feel like would work out even better. And another nice little trick to kind of putting these together too is I'm gonna use some kind of like spacer block to get the obsidian to go to right angle. Normally I would just use whatever block I'm using to space itself, but I made that mistake when I was first making them, and then I remembered that even with like an efficiency efficiency 4 pick, it still takes longer than I would like it to mine a piece of obsidian. Ooh, see, this is what I was worried about, and I knew it would happen eventually. I've been playing with how close I can get the wood to fire before it lights on fire. I know that it's a game of chance, but I'm risking it anyways in some of these scenarios simply because I really like the way it looks, and there really is no way to, fireproof this. So I'm kind of hoping that I at least reduce the chances of fire spread the farther away it is. That would actually be really cool. Maybe could see if somebody's done a test on that so far, and be if it's like the same, if it's the same chance that fire will spread to a block if it changes like the closer it is. So the closer it is, the higher the chance or not. Would be kind of cool. Let's see, we got a pillar up on something, so I suppose we'll use the stone. Like, there we go. Kind of go out here and maybe up 1 on this side, like so. Toss there, 1 underneath there, there, on this side. It's easier to go ahead and put the fence posts on the branch while it's up here. Later on, it just kind of turns into a nightmare trying to do it retroactively. I think one of the things that works or looks the coolest is this effect. When a fence post binds to the 2 obsidian blocks here, it looks a whole heck of a lot better than, like I said before, what I'm trying to avoid is a fence post binding to itself. Like you place 1 and then you get another one in another position and it binds out like that. That looks too much like a fence post. I'm trying to keep them as abstract looking as possible in order to complete the design that I want, to complete the feel of the design that I want. Of course, all these colors are nice and dark too. I'm really kind of hoping that, especially at night, there you go, these little glowstone caps really kind of stick out. So they look really cool. I don't know if I'd mentioned this last episode, but one of the ideas that I'd really had toyed with was putting a ceiling over this of some kind. For anybody who's played like Legendary other kinds of adventure maps, sometimes they'll just kind of like MC it in a effectively just like a ceiling of sorts to make it so that night or day you're always going to be in darkness unless there's some kind of intentional lighting in the walls or some kind of, you know, player initiated lighting like torches or glowstone. It's really been 8 minutes already? Goodness. Our potion already wore off. Alright. Trying to get another view of what that tree looks like, and actually, it just occurred to me, probably the best view in the whole island is the Hellbolt itself. So let's run in and run upstairs. Another thing I'm thinking about too is this place is kind of small, but maybe we could do something to just touch it up a little bit. There's not much that I can do. I've got my little hidey hole downstairs for the nether portal, which, by the way, I just want to show you guys. This is the tunnel that goes back to this is the room in the tunnel that goes back to my basement, into my storage room. So, and this pattern just kind of repeats itself down. So it's a nice little touch. Definitely think it keeps with the nether theme. And this is more of a utility tunnel. Like if I've really got to get to point A, or from point A to point B quickly. I spend a lot of time kind of working on the atmosphere of the places that I'm in and kind of making the scenic routes. So when I can, I definitely try and take them. You know, you have to appreciate your own work. Otherwise, there's no point in it. Putting it together. So this is probably the best view. And that's a little bit. We need another branch on that one. I don't really want all of them to have. See, this one was kind of cool because this had 1, 2, what is it, 5, I think? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 branches, and then that one had 4, and this one had 4. So I don't want to get stuck in a habit of just having 4 branches on each one. You know what I mean? I kind of want a little bit of variance. So, and there's a limited amount of variation that I can do, but I think this one kind of just needs a short little stubby branch, maybe in the ocean side direction, going out that way in the ocean. I feel like that'll look pretty good. Up here, you guys can also, I guess, get a better sense for how I got this walkway to blend together and to go around. And then one other thing I wanted to look, or I guess I wanted an opinion on, if I can get one. How do you guys feel like just plain nether with fire scattered around versus out here? I've done a little bit more attention to gravel, kind of just patterned into the netherrack. Personally, there's a great amount of irony involved here in this project for me because I hate netherrack and I hate obsidian. I think it's too dark, and I hardly ever work with nether brick, and I fall in lava very often, and I get burned up in fire very quickly. So I avoid all of these things like the plague, and with good reason, because yeah, they either kill me or they're not the sort of thing that I would traditionally want to build with. But I'm here working with them today because that's what the project calls for. And sometimes, aw, you see that? It popped right in the fire, or lava rather. Sometimes you've gotta disregard your sensibilities long enough to go with the flow and to say to yourself, you know what, I may not be comfortable working with this material, but I'm going to do it for the sake of the project. So I'm kind of happy I did. It really is starting to look like what I'd had in mind when I first did it, or when I'd first kind of conceived of it. So to that end, I'm very happy. To the end that my own landscaping is proving to be fatal is a different story. So, kind of a little. It's irony there. Alright guys, fast forward a little bit and we have some more work done on the trees. Here again is the reveal. I feel as though this is just about the spacing and the number of them that I wanted when we started this project, so I'm pretty happy about that. This right here is the first corner of the island that we started on originally, and I feel like the one critique I have for the project is that this is all pretty busy with our walkway here, but the rest of the island, of course we won't see it very much, but the rest of the island just isn't quite as busy. I have some little patches of nether wart growing, and I'm kind of happy with those. I would have been much more happy if I could get the mushrooms to spread everywhere, but what are you gonna do? So the post-mortem on this, I feel as though it's pretty positive. This will be the last day we work on this project again. We may revisit the island again in the future, but that probably won't be for a little bit unless we're just kind of passing through. We probably will pass through just to enjoy the scenery and get some new ideas for what we might be doing in the future, all that sorts of fun stuff. But I think the last thing I want to finish up today, before I so gracefully leapt to my death up there, was just this last little red mushroom farm. Before I tuck everything away, I just kind of wanted to show simplistic sort of redstone contraption we got going on here. Basically, when you walk into the little dark room, you step over a pressure plate, stone pressure plate. Below it is a redstone wire which picks up the current, sends it through a block here, and a redstone torch which changes the charge of it. Effectively, if I can knock out this block. So this inverts the signal, this torch and this block. So whatever signal's going in here is going to be changed. If it's on, it's off. If it's off, it'll be on. So no signal in here means a signal will be coming out. The reason why we want that flip-flopped like so is because we want place a block in there. Yeah, no, that flip-flopped current gets sent to this block, and this block powers this piston, and this piston is non-sticky, because if it was sticky it would take the ceiling with it. We don't want that. But the reason why we want this signal to be flip-flopped is because we want the arm of the piston to be up more often than not, to keep the water current, which will now stick in there, or the water source, sorry, to keep that source block from going anywhere. So now that it's safe to release this water current, we will step on the pressure plate, and you guys can see how it spills forward and the water current stops at the stone pressure plate right there. So pretty convenient. Here we go. And so final touches, red mushroom there. It'll spread just like the brown mushroom will. We're gonna go ahead and toss a door on here. This iron door will open at the same time as the pressure plate does, and before I actually walk in there and get stuck in there like I did from the other one, I'm gonna learn my lesson. I'm gonna make one of these guys. A little stone button. You know, it's the little things in life, guys. This stone button will make it so that if I do get stuck on the inside, I now have an escape route. So the doors weren't really a necessary addition, but I kind of like the overall effect on the front of it, so we're gonna leave that as that. So this this is the end of this project. I'm going to do a quick cutaway right here, and I'm going to show you guys what we're going to be doing for the next episode. So I'll see you all in just a minute. Hey guys, we're drawing this episode to a wrap here. I just wanted to go over quick what we're going to be doing for the next episode. So if everything goes according to the plan, this should go up on a Wednesday, which means, in keeping with my goal, the next episode should go up on a Friday. I'm thinking that Friday is a good day to do a little less building per se and do a little bit more caving. Because caving is a big part of Minecraft. I think unless you're playing some like ridiculous sort of PvP, you know, map or something like that. But I feel like in most all of Minecraft, caving is very, very important. So hold on, let's turn up our our particles here. Decreased. I think decreased will do it. There you go. Oh, I can see the hearts are going. Makes me feel a little bit better about just, you know, clicking a herd of cows and hoping I get what I want. So, for next episode, we're going to be caving in a very specific location, though. We're going to go to the mainland, and I'm going to show you guys my witch farm. And we're going to be caving within the perimeter for the witch farm that I'm working on right now. So, in that way, it will serve two functions, because if there's anything I like to do with my game time, it's try and accomplish, you know, more than one thing, you know, multitask basically. So you gotta kill two birds with one stone whenever you can, save yourself as much time as you can. So that'll be our goal for tomorrow, or rather our goal for our video for Friday. And I'll give you guys a quick tour of my witch farm thus far, and we'll have a few words on I think finding witch huts and just kind of the work that goes into a large size farm like that to begin with, because whenever you begin a project like that, it's pretty big. But we'll save that. That'll be the conversation topic for our caving adventure this Friday. So no caving adventure will be had without a topic of the day. So, and we'll see if I can get distracted enough to fall to my death. Hopefully not. When I go caving like that, I usually don't I don't bring much more than maybe like my feather falling boots. And if I do bring armor, I usually just put together like a suit of iron armor, just in case, you know, I do keel over someplace. You know, it's happened before. I'm sure it'll happen again. Check that furnace. Yeah, I thought I had some down here. Gotta get some coal for this. But in the meantime, since wood is a renewable resource, it's not gonna kill me. Oh, just want half the stack. It's not going to kill me to put that in there. There we go. Okay, guys, that just about wraps things up for today. Thank you very much. Again, my name is Master Vinny MC. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the future.